maybe go down a bit more. Oh, gee, that's a great question, isn't it? And that's really close to heart. Why do innocent children suffer with terminal diseases such as cancer? And what part of God's plan is this?
Yeah, good. So I think there's two things to look at here. Is this last part, which is what part of God's plan is this, okay? And then why does he allow it? I would say, first of all, I think that we need to make a differentiation between what God allows and what God plans and desires and actually physically, in whatever physical sense that is, carries out, okay? I personally would have a hard time arguing that God uses evil or things that are bad to obtain good means. In other words, that God causes something evil to get good means. Now, God can bring good out of an evil situation. That's different. But that God would intentionally do something evil, I think, is contrary to his nature. But when we look at this idea of a child that's suffering, the reality is that when mankind turned and used their free will for harmful ways, it didn't just affect our relationship with God, it affected our relationship with creation. The Bible actually says that all of creation groans. So there is this sense in which creation is also subject to the fact that man is in a broken relationship with God. And so bacteria and viruses and parts of our body that did lots of really good things for us, while they still do in certain places, in certain parts of our body, but in other ways they are harmful. And the problem is that what we've done wrong, the Bible says very clearly that the penalty for it is death. And that means that death will come to us in a variety of ways. And unfortunately, for some of us, it comes much earlier than for others. Because this world is broken, because this world is full of pain and suffering, it doesn't just say it only come to you if you deserve it. Suffering, it doesn't pick only people who are deserving of it. But rather it comes to all, the just and the unjust. And so I think our struggle with kids is like, look, they haven't done anything. You're absolutely right. Maybe if somebody is doing a particular thing and puts themselves in a bad position and then something bad happens to them, we don't feel as bad. But not one of us is going to say, oh, look, 5-year-old, you disobeyed mom, therefore you got cancer and you deserve it. No, we're not going to say that. Right? There's no reason why we think that somebody is deserving of something. And I think that answers another aspect of the suffering question for us, is we should be upset. We should be upset when somebody suffers. There's no answer I'm going to give you or that anybody should ever give you that makes you feel okay when somebody dies because of a horrible situation, when somebody is raped, when somebody is kidnapped, whatever it may be. There's no answer that's going to make you feel okay with that, because you shouldn't. You should be upset when we see the consequences of sin. And unfortunately, we see that in children, but we also see it in all of us. All of us will succumb to it, which in a sense, I think is a little bit of the mercy of God, because he allows a way for us to get out of this broken world. And death helps transition us to a new one.
Mm-hmm.